I remember a friend telling me many, many years ago saying, Keith, the best way to really learn something is to actually get your hands dirty and do it. And you know what? He was absolutely right. Well, a big part for you and I as we go through this course together is to make sure that you get the hands-on practice that you deserve to have to really learn the content. And a great way of doing that is building your own hands-on lab. So in this nugget, you and I get to take a look at some options we have in building a lab to provide that environment for hands-on practice and, my friend, also equally important, to keep us out of trouble. So let's begin our discussion of a lab idea with the user Bob. So Bob is sitting here at this computer right here, and he wants to start practicing, which, by the way, is a great idea. However, it could be really bad news for Bob if he loads up the tools on his computer and starts using them on this network, especially if Bob is not in charge of that network and doesn't have written permission to use the tools. So instead of using a live network that Bob is not responsible for and doesn't have permission for, here's another idea. Bob could create his own network, and for example, maybe here's Bob's PC, and then as part of his lab, he could have other computers, including Kali Linux or Kali Linux, however you want to pronounce that. And Kali Linux is a Linux distribution with tons and tons of attack tools pre-built into the distribution. Also on his test network, we might want to have some various Windows servers, whether it's 2016 or 2012 or some really, really old 2003, etc. And also some Windows hosts. And that might include Windows 7, Windows 8, Windows 10, etc. So up here I'll put WinS for servers and WinH for hosts. There's also some really cool machines out there that we can put on our network to test our attack tools, like Metasploitable, which has some open vulnerabilities ready to go, as well as OWASP's BWA, which is the Broken Web Applications Project. So maybe we add another machine for the Metasploitable, and another one for the Broken Web Application Project from OWASP. And the challenge that Bob might very quickly realize is that, holy shnikers, where am I going to get all these different machines? And the great news is that most of these can be virtualized, so we don't have to have physical systems for each of them. For example, let me clear the board here for a moment. What Bob could do is he could go ahead and have his computer right here. So this is Bob's PC. And Bob could be using an application called a hypervisor. One of the most popular hypervisors out there is from VMware, and it's a product called VMware Workstation. They also have an equivalent version or similar